From an app where you raise a creepy doll, to an app that is a weird stalker's paradise. On today's list, I'll be covering some cursed and creepy apps that you absolutely should never use. Starting off this list in our number 10 spot, we have the Japanese doll. This app is basically just where you raise this cursed little doll, and it really is very creepy. The whole thing is in Japanese, so if you can't read the language, it can be a little difficult to navigate, but there are English translations for it online. Not only does the doll look unbelievably creepy itself, the things it says just have such an eerie feeling to them. She says things like, "Mother, mother, it must have hurt. My poor mother, no matter how it looks, it is a heavy burden. I'm sorry, I'm sorry." All in all, I think it might be wise to skip over this particular app. In our number 9 spot today, we have Spirit Board. Before I dive into this one, guys, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you're enjoying the video so far, because it really helps us out. Spirit Board is a digital Ouija board, and honestly, do I even have to explain why to never use this one? This app says it lets you contact those in the spirit world just like a real Ouija board would, and I think that certainly is reason enough. Ouija boards should not be messed with, digital or otherwise. While I think it might be a bit of a stretch to believe that ghosts can communicate with us through a phone app, I feel like this might be a case of better to be safe than sorry. In our number 8 spot today, we have Girls Around Me. This app is luckily no longer available, but was basically a stalker version of Tinder before Tinder even existed. This app would use Facebook and Foursquare data and layer it over Google Maps to show the location of women around you. This app should truly have never been created, but it also showed just how much people really do put online, considering it was using publicly available data. No one should have exploited this data in the way that they did for an app like this, but it definitely opened a lot of people's eyes on reviewing their privacy settings on social media. In our number 7 spot today, we have RANDONAUTICA. RANDONAUTICA is an app that absolutely blew up on TikTok last year. The app uses a quantum number generator to give you random coordinates that are in your area so that you can go and explore, but there have been countless stories of people encountering some pretty creepy stuff while on these adventures. People have had paranormal experiences, while others have found objects that are most definitely cursed. A group of teenagers even found the bodies of 2 people while randonauting, which is absolutely nuts. Even though the coordinates are supposed to be random, it always seems to lead to something scary, so this might be one app to stay away from. In our number 6 spot today, we have Charlie Charlie. I'm not sure if you guys remember the Charlie Charlie challenge, where you put 2 pencils across each other on a paper and ask it questions, and it will supposedly give you answers. The creepy part, though, is that Charlie is apparently a group of Mexican demons. This challenge actually originated in Mexico, and there's an app version if you feel like you need to contact some demons for a conversation at a time when you don't have 2 pencils and a paper handy. I don't know your life, so maybe that is something that happens often. As you guys know, I don't recommend attempting to contact ghosts, and now we can safely add demons to that list as well. In our number 5 spot today, we have Ghost Detector. This app is pretty self-explanatory based on its name. It will help you detect the ghosts around you, but then I have to ask the question, why would you want to do that? This app will give you a location of the ghosts, and it will try to catch it on camera, and it will also try to help you communicate with them. The app also contains a section for you to read some other ghost stories. I think that maybe ghosts should just be left alone and maybe not detected. I want you to let me know in the comments, if a ghost was living in your house, would you want to know about it or not know and just leave it be? In our number 4 spot today, we have Miriam. Miriam is a scary storytelling game inspired by a girl living in the 18th century in the Middle East who speaks to ghosts. The reviews of this app really say a lot about it, as one review says that the app is causing people to struggle with depression, and another app calls the creators sick. This is certainly not what I would like to see before downloading a game, and some people have even reported having trouble getting the app off of their phone despite deleting it. I feel like this one really is hitting all of the cornerstones needed to give it full cursed status. In our number 3 spot today, we have the Countdown app. Aside from being a little morbid, this app is pretty frightening. The Countdown app supposedly tells you how long until you're going to die. This app was actually created based on the horror movie Countdown, and it says right in the description that the results are not meant to be taken seriously, which is good, but that does not mean that the app is still not extremely creepy. While whatever amount of time it shows you is highly, highly unlikely to be true, just having those kinds of thoughts is quite scary. In our number 2 spot today, we have Eat the Revolution. Okay, at first this game seems just pointless but harmless, but that is not true at all. This app shows you different pictures of food and you tap on the screen to eat the food, and a little message of encouragement come up in between each food, but they get weirder and weirder as time goes on. Eventually the food turns from colored photos to black and white photos, and the food gets more and more gross. By the end they have you eating a tooth and a baby's head, and then it just ends. All in all, it's a really uncomfortable experience, and I would definitely not recommend getting the app because I cannot confirm that it won't leave you with some sort of curse. In our number 1 spot today, we have KAWAN Assistant. This is an app where you're supposed to get your own personal assistant right on your phone, which sounds amazing until it quickly turns kind of freaky. Your assistant is a pretty woman named Suki, and you can ask her questions or play different games with her. The app quickly turns creepy though, as it literally feels like there is some lady trapped in my phone. Before answering questions, she kind of looks side to side like she has to ask for approval before answering. I know this is all pre-recorded, but she seems so nervous and I'm honestly worried about Suki. The app also basically requires you to spend money because you need to buy her different gifts or else she walks off, which I feel like is not what you would want in an assistant. All in all, this app gives off creepy vibes in a lot of different ways and is also less than useful, so I think I'd skip this one at the App Store. Alright guys, that has been our list for today. Thank you so much for checking it out. I've been your host, Olivia Kozlowski, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.